But would you ever think of artificial intelligence? That too as a potential atomic bomb. AI is like the creation of the atom bomb.
The existence of dark AI predates that of bright AI. We're going to look at the development of dark AI in information production and manipulation in this post. Let's get started right now. You've probably heard of ChatGPT, unless you've been completely cut off from the internet and the outside world during the past few months. Developed by OpenAI, ChatGPT is an AI-powered language model capable of generating human-like text based on context and previous conversations. It's a fantastic program that can complete your homework for you and respond to nearly any queries you can ask another person in English. But like any technology, ChatGPT can be used maliciously, as well as for good. Consequently, let's define dark AI. Dark AI refers to the idea of international or mistakenly programming AI to engage in harmful behavior. This could be accomplished by playing on biases, tainted data, or just giving threat actors access to the source code. Dark AI refers to the use of artificial intelligence programming algorithms, techniques, or technologies that are based on data but may exhibit abnormal or undesirable behaviors as a result of ignorance, malice, or manipulation of biases and patterns in the data, as well as commercialization, use, or placement in the hands of the general public. White hat researchers encounter social and ethical issues that hinder the development of extreme AI use cases today, but these issues won't apply to attackers and their techniques in the future. Dark AI won't be created in strictly controlled setting, and it won't be subject to regulations either. Priority is given on creating the most powerful and harmful artificial intelligence possible, not to morale considerations or long-term effects. Nobody anticipates dark AI to adhere to the 3 robotic laws. However, it's only a matter of time and money before someone produces a commodity module that will enable other bad actors to compile and utilize AI-infused malware. Currently, constructing complicated algorithms is difficult and needs specialized coding expertise. The necessary computational power to power this new wave of attacks can be found in large botnets made up of tens of thousands of compromised computers and lot devices. It makes sense to assume that the international strategy of manipulation, the variables and features of the algorithms with opaque and unethical purposes, and typically with the economic motive, would result in the insufficient use of patterns of behaviors towards the users or consumers. Artificial intelligence simulators and the algorithms that support AI have started making important judgments that have had direct impact on people's lives in recent years, almost for the first time in history. It is referred to as the dark side of AI and can occasionally change who controls the organization. Dark and light AI tools are at war in silence, while well-known vendors like Microsoft and Google have made significant investments in utilizing generative AI defensively. 51% of IT professionals believe that it will only be a year before ChatGPT is successfully used in a hack. Although ChatGPT or other LLM-driven chatbots haven't been implicated in any high-profile data breaches, there are an increasing number of dark AI tools available for purchases on the dark web that are marked towards malevolent tools, such as WormGPT, PoisonGPT, FraudGPT, XXXGPT, and WolfGPT. Each of these programs developers asserts that it's possible to use them to create phishing schemes, write destructive code for malware, or assist in exploiting vulnerabilities. Early in July, email security provider /Next published a blog post detailing how its research team had found WormGPT for sale on the darknet cybercrime marketplace. The vendor had promoted how the tool could be used to produce phishing emails that could get past email spam filters. WormGPT was notable because it did not follow the content moderation rules common to conventional LLMs like Bard and Claude, and instead used malware training data to determine its replies. In the same month, NetEnrich found FraudGPT, a tool for sale on Telegram and the dark web. The researchers asserted that FraudGPT might be used to develop malware cracking tools and phishing emails, find vulnerabilities, and engage in carding. XXXGPT and WolfGPT are 2 additional harmful LLM-based tools that Falcon Fidicio discovered in July that were prompted on hacking sites. The first, according to hackers, could write code for botnets, keyloggers, remote access trojans, and malware, while the second could write code for cryptographic malware and phishing scams. What threat is there? Not simply whether these dark AI tools are dangerous, but also whether many of them really exist as separate LLMs. It's a topic of intense discussion. For instance, Trend Micro researchers claim that vendors of programs like WolfGPT, XXXGPT, and EvilGPT did not adequately demonstrate their effectiveness. Additionally, they noted that a lot of these utilities might just be wrapper services that reroute users' requests to trustworthy LLMs like ChatGPT, which they had previously jailbroken to bypass the vendor's content control restrictions. Patrick Haar, CEO of SlashNet, acknowledges that many of these tools could simply be wrappers, but points to WormGPT as an example of a genuine dark AI tool. Techopedia quoted him saying, "WormGPT is the only real tool that is used custom LLM and potentially Darkbird or DarkBART. But we didn't manage to get access to them. These tools are evolving right in front of our eyes, and like ransomware, some are sophisticated and some are bolted to other tools to make a quick profit, like the jailbreak version of chatbots," added Haar. Whether it's jailbreaking genuine tools or training their own bespoke models, this is because hackers leveraged the open-source GPT-J LLM to build WormGPT. Bambanek predicts that these solutions will lead to an increase in attacks that resemble social engineering in the future. He stated, "Impersonation attacks will undoubtedly increase, as would be expected given the availability of such technologies. Making a phishing website is one thing. Social engineering, such as posing as a CEO, is quite another. Since practically every attack requires some kind of initial access, which is made possibly via phishing, it's likely that the tactic will be used. At this point, it doesn't appear like the dark AI will completely take over the cyber threat scene, but companies should be concerned about progress in the field among threat actors. The explanation is straightforward. All it takes is one successful phishing email to convince a user to open an attachment or link, leading to a serious data breach. Even though LLMs like GPT-J aren't as strong or verbose as more well-known ones like GPT-4, they're nevertheless good enough to enable non-native speakers to construct basic frauds in other languages. Sometimes simplicity in the world of fraud is all that is required. The infamous Nigerian prince fraud continues to bring in more than $700,000. Organizations therefore cannot afford to ignore the possibility that a worker may be taken by surprise by an AI-generated phishing email. Artificial intelligence can only advance, and each new application creates a new opportunity for autonomous systems to misuse data for malicious purposes. However, it's possible to counteract dark AI by emphasizing accountability mechanism, XAI, eliminating bias, and the enforcement of ethical standards through legislation. The need to address the negative aspects of AI grows more urgent by the second. It's more important than ever to learn from civilization's mistakes in the past and to get ready for the worst-case scenario. Law enforcement organizations like Europol have warned that threat actors may wish to exploit LLMs for their own nefarious purposes. Therefore, it's prudent to keep an eye on the development of dark AI and just be careful. The modest black market for dark AI tools and wrappers may not yet constitute a serious concern. But if additional cybercriminals hunt for ways to exploit LLMs, it could potentially grow into a much greater issue. While there is no reason to worry, enterprises would be wise to increase their phishing awareness in case hackers do discover a way to employ generative AI to automate their phishing workflows. What do you think of dark AI then? Please feel free to comment below with your ideas. Appreciate your attention. Please consider giving us a like and share and a channel subscription if you like what you saw. Until then, bye.